for any abortion.
Oh yeah, I
But
know
she's
that.
for late term abortion up until the
I
moment of
know.
birth
I know.
and after birth.
And then she talked about that she was raised in a Catholic.
Yeah. Hey, she was raised in a
There
demon
must have been
house.
devils living in that
Yeah.
house.
Possible.
And if I talked to her and I'd say, and they must have been your parents
Yeah.
if they were so stupid that this is how you act.
That's real.
So anyway, you know, did you ever watch Fox News where they lose the voice for a while when somebody's talking?
Yeah.
And did you ever see the woman's face get all distorted?
Yeah.
Well, like I get all this shit from, that's why I don't even want to go through the mail from all that. But I filled it, you know, for if you agree or disagree or undecided.
Yeah.
And I naturally always agree with whatever Trump's got in go. And there was a little room like maybe as much as this here
Yeah.
on the side. And there I put on about Nancy Pelosi. And I says that she should put some of the money into our Social Security, into our money, Social Security money, that there's so much that they've borrowed and there's just
Yeah, there's only a tiny bit
papers,
left.
there's nothing there, instead of her pork barrel spending. So I put that on there because I'm sure when they
Somebody's
read that,
reading
I'll
it.
bet you they say, yeah,
You get a
the
chuckle.
president, you got to see this one.
That's right. What if you got invited to the White House for the president? You'd
I
go?
couldn't go anymore.
Why? What do you mean?
But anyway, I don't know if from that one or another one that it told about that Fox News was purchased by another company.
By Disney. Disney bought Fox.
Yeah,
They didn't buy Fox News, they bought
No.
Fox.
Okay, really?
Yeah. And
And
Disney
see,
is
they're putting
anti-Trump.
Yeah, and they're putting in Democrats in there,
Yeah.
and I've noticed that.
Yep.
So I wrote a little letter in there,
Okay.
you know, and I says and I signed it to the person that actually wrote me, you know, whatever,
Yeah.
that they're in the letter. And I signed it for that, and I put down attention so much on the envelope, but I put that letter in there. And I told him, I says that I've noticed that about the voice being taken off and the face got distorted from this lady. And I says, evidently somebody from the left knew exactly what would be discussed, that they knew exactly when to change that.
Yeah.
And I put down, you might have to find someone that you trust completely to watch and see what's going on. So they sent me a letter.
Oh, yeah?
I'll show it to you. Crazy woman.
Grandma, you're like a celebrity.
Well, it's in there, I think.
The Heritage Foundation. May 15, 2020. Dear Miss Hine, thank you for your recent letter to the Heritage Foundation. While I'm sorry you are unable to give to Heritage at this time, I understand and respect your decision. I thank you for all you have done for Heritage and for your comment and generosity. Your support for Heritage has made a real difference in Washington. Each year, Heritage publishes more than 400 pieces that translate conservative principles into specified policy recommendations. These pieces are then effectively marketed to members of Congress, their staff, and executive branch and media. Heritage experts are some of the most sought after and media visible in this country. 2017 Heritage experts appeared in 1,147 television interviews and 3,174 radio interviews. None of our work is possible without the support of committed Americans like you. On behalf of the Heritage Foundation, thank you again for all you have done. Sincerely, Mitchell Porwall, Director, Membership Programs. Wow.
So you know that my crazy, that my stuff that I sometimes put in about Pelosi.
Yeah,
and
somebody's
stuff,
reading it.
I'll bet you they put them aside. But this one here, I think, I wasn't sure would it be. There's so many. I must get from 25
I know you were
different.
telling me.
This is awful. That's why
Yeah.
you see the. This
That's a
is-
waste of paper. They're wasting paper.
They're not but they're wasting my tax. I mean my
Time.
stamps. Jesus, no. I've been going through stamps like crazy because sometimes I take 8 at one time to the box. And so now what I did is the smaller letters, I've checked the boxes, so they're not too far apart. And I put one in the other and I put a note, please put it in the proper box.
I know you were telling me about that. Please send it a proper location.
Yeah. But if it's far apart, then no, then I put
No,
a
they
seven.
will.
But would you say that if you were me?
That's funny. Very funny, Grandma. See, you're still witty. You got it.
Yeah, really, I know that for 93, I'm okay.
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, you're still driving a car. You're out gallivanting
I'm gonna
around
write a
town.
letter- I'm going to write a letter to President Trump.
Do it.
And because this is, as I am here and God above, I would not lie to you. In 2012, I told Don, he was not running then, but I says, Don, I hope Donald Trump would run for president. I said, because he is so smart, he's a businessman, and he would get this country back to where it was. So help me God, if you don't believe me.
I believe you.
So I actually picked him out of all the people because I could always kind of tell people, know what they're like. If I talk
You were a
to
good
some-
judge of character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I can look.
You're the reason Trump's president.
I didn't say that to
No,
him.
no, no.
No.
No, but you said it to Jesus, and Jesus heard you.
Oh, gee, I pray to him every day for Trump. Every day.
Yeah.
There's not a day that I don't. I pray that so he helps that Trump to get reelected.
Greatest
I
president
says,
in my
because
lifetime.
I says, yeah, I always tell Jesus, he's the best president and he's trying to save for pro-abortion.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure Jesus sees that.
Duh.
And I ask for it like that every day. I do pray for them.
Yeah. That's why they're all against him, because he stands with God. He's the only president that I can ever remember
That's true.
that literally mentions the name Jesus.
That's true. Because
Other
they-
people might
they
have said
never-
God a couple times, but they never said the name Jesus.
Well, see, the Democrats never wanted a Republican president,
Yeah,
a Catholic.
yeah.
And I'm an old woman, and I remember that from way back.
Yeah, as soon as JFK got in, they clipped him. He was a Catholic.
I think God is protecting this one because he's all over
Yeah.
and he's okay.
That's right. And they've tried everything to get him out, and it just rolls right off like a duck.
But I'm surprised that somebody doesn't try and get him out by killing him.
I'm sure they've tried, Grandma. I'm sure they've tried. You get-
I think God is protecting him.
I believe that too. With all my heart. Because the amount of stuff that they've put him through, no other person could have walked through that.
I'm a tough person.
Somebody would have finally said, you know what, this is enough. I'm getting out of here.
That's just what I would have done. I'd have thrown
Yeah.
the towel in.
And he's persistent because he was ordained by God. He wasn't a praying
See,
man
I-
before he came in, but he's a praying man now.
Oh, he was maybe a praying man.
Now, he even his own words, he kind of said that. He said, I've always believed in God, but I never really was a praying person.
Yeah, I believe that. But, when I have pictures, because I have all kinds of stuff that they send me. I have pictures of him, by the desk with all these people praying.
Yeah.
So like I said,
He has daily prayers, but he has weekly prayer meetings.
yeah,
But like I said, that's a big thing. He's the first president in my lifetime that's mentioned the name Jesus. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. To the cameras.
yeah,
That's different when you're in front of the cameras because, oh, I don't want to offend this group or
Yeah.
that group. He don't care. And that's what I love about him. He does what he
honest.
believes is right.
yeah.
And he's going to tell you how it is. He's not going to candy coat it. You know?
Well, sometimes there's some things that I wish he didn't say.
But you can't take
When he told that guy about, what was it, the last that he was talking about, that was money that they wanted for what was it, for the boats or something, to build Navy boats or whatever.
maybe.
Did you watch that maybe?
Not
Well,
sure.
Or maybe if I tell you some, because I can't
When
remember.
was this?
I can't remember all this stuff.
Yeah, but when was this?
Just
Recently?
within the last 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, he was
That
going to
was-
build some ships or something.
That's the one. And that they wanted, what was it? 5,
Oh, you're talking about when they were going to build the airplanes. They were going to build a new Air Force One, and they wanted $5 billion.
that's the one, then I've got it all.
And he's got it down to 2.9 billion or something.
Yeah, so then they went down.
He says it. He's like, it's got to be under 3 billion.
Yeah.
They're like 4.5. He
No,
said, nope.
then at the end, it was 4 or something. He says, what is it? You
Forget.
son of a bitch, don't you understand?
Yeah, I heard him say that.
You-
You son of a bitch, don't you understand? I said under 3.
Yeah, but he should have never.
And what happened? They did it for under 3.
But it's not very
So what?
presidential.
It's not necessarily like he said before, and I'm gonna say a cuss word right now. But when I seen him running for president before he got elected, he says we could send. China's been ripping us off for decades, and he says you could send somebody to go be the ambassador for China and say, oh, listen, Mr. China, we're gonna tax you this much. And he says it's not about the message, it's about the messenger. Because he could send somebody else and
Yeah.
say, listen, motherfucker, you're going to pay
But
these
he didn't
taxes.
say motherfucker.
Yes, he did.
I didn't hear that. I
Yes,
missed
he
that.
did.
But anyway, that's not a good thing.
No, but you got to take the bad with the good. You can't just say, oh, I like Trump, but I don't like it when he says this. That's part of Trump. You got to take the good with the bad.
So who do you think is going to win? Because I hear that
Hands-
his
Even the polls.
ratings went down.
No, that's all bullshit, Grandma.
I believe it is.
He's gonna win. He's gonna win again. Even the polls are what they said. Hillary Clinton was supposed to win 99% to 1. Okay, so like, they're even Fox News. There's only a couple people that are pro-Trump. Everybody else is kind of anti-Trump. You got Tucker Carlson, Hannity, Laura Ingraham,
Yeah.
Jesse Waters, Greg. Like that's about, and it maybe Fox and Friends in the morning.
Did
That's
you
it.
say Jesse Waters?
Yeah.
That's the black bitch.
No, Jesse Waters is the white guy. He,
Oh,
yeah. You're thinking of Donna Brazil.
no. That's the one that is now working at Fox.
Yeah.
She was being interviewed.
Yeah,
so
she's a
that-
corrupt scumbag too.
Yeah, she was working with Hillary, but then
Yeah.
she turned around and wrote a book or
Yeah,
something
yep.
about Hillary. Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
Reagan the election.
93 years old that I can discuss this freaking politics with you.
I know.
But
You're sharp.
If I just remembered the names, but it's hard to remember them anymore. But Linda is so impressed. She said, I can't believe it that you are with the politics like that. Oh, God.
Yeah, you gotta stay on top of the ball, Grandma. You're always very sharp.
I
And the
remember-
more we keep talking, that's what I love spending my lunch
But do you
break
know
with
which
you.
one I'm talking about? This Waters? What is it, Waters? Yeah. She's,
Oh, you're talking about Maxine Waters.
that's the one.
That dirtbag.
She's a,
Yeah, she's an evil lady.
she is.
I'm serious.
She's
A corrupt evil
She's
lady.
even worse than
Pelosi.
Pelosi.
They're both scumbags, but she's a real scumbag.
Yeah, that's the one was always saying, you gotta holler at
And
them.
see, that's why I love talking with you on my lunch break. I love talking with you. I
Tell
told,
me, do you talk politics at work with the guys?
not really, with a couple people, but
Yeah.
I try to keep my personal life
Yeah.
separate from
Yeah,
work.
private.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I don't really trust too many people. Even though I work with these people, I don't,
No.
they're,
No,
I don't want to have anything to do with them
that's
outside of
how
work.
I am. I am very careful.
Yep.
I remember when I talked with your other grandma when I stopped in there that one time. That was before we voted for Trump.
Yeah, well, she's like, this is a couple weeks ago. My mom was talking with me, and my grandma was out. Because my grandma just had surgery
Yeah.
on her back. So yesterday I took her a Frosty from Wendy's.
Mhm.
But a couple months ago, my mom's like, "Have you talked with Grandma Hein?" I'm like, "Yeah, I talk with her every day for like on my lunch break every day." She's like, "Oh, this week?" I'm like, "No, for like maybe 2 months now." And then my grandma was like, "What?" So she got a little jealous a little bit, I think. But I spend time with her too.
No, but when I stopped in and I says, well, about the election, I says, what do you think about Trump? And she says, I would never vote for him. She says, that's his third wife. And what would that have to do with
The
voting?
country,
But
yeah.
I didn't say nothing because she was so against it. But she always listens to the other channels
Yeah.
that she don't hear nothing correct. Because I know Andrew, when we were hunting, he was talking about it. Because they would get into it because Andrew was for Trump and she's saying how bad he is and all that because she listens.
Yeah, but you should never let petty things like that get in the way of family relationships.
No.
I've got some liberal nitwits in my family that they have completely crazy views, but I'm not going to talk with them, my family members.
But wouldn't it be good to be able to sit down and show all the
Well, yeah, we
tribes
can talk,
and-
but
and-
even if we disagree, I'm not going to not talk with them. That's what's wrong with America, especially with Democrats, is if you don't believe what they believe, they're
Yeah.
try to cancel you or get you
Yeah.
out of their
Yeah, I
life.
know.
No, the whole point of America is having the freedom of speech and
That's
and
true.
a discussion of ideas.
Well, I'm sure glad that when I saw the first statue get busted up,
Yeah.
I was just sick.
Well, I'm glad Trump passed that law now.
Yeah.
Start sending these scumbags
See,
to
even
prison.
yesterday there wasn't as many around Washington.
That's right. Because now he ain't playing games no more.
No.
We let you guys screw up, and there's already been like 15 or 16 innocent people that have been killed over these last couple of weeks from these rioters. No more. Law and order.
Yeah. And
If you give these idiots an inch, they take a mile.
well,
There has to be.
that is all put up, and this guy that's got a lot of money, Soros.
Oh, Soros, he's a demon too.
I think maybe he is a real devil.
No, I'm serious.
Oh, I'm too.
He was a Nazi. He literally was Hitler Nazi youth. There's an interview. They tried to hide it, but it was from the late 80s. I think it was like 2020 or Dateline.
Yeah.
And he was a Hungarian, and he helped the Nazis. And he was talking about how he would go with the Nazis as he was a youth while they went to round up Jews or confiscate all their stuff. And then they asked him blatantly, "That didn't ever bother you?" And he said, "No." Nonchalantly, just like that. So you got to be a cold-hearted piece of garbage if you knew you never had any remorse over that. Innocent people losing their lives.
And see the woman. I forget what her name is, but I seen it on television yesterday. And she was like something that had to do with schools. But I was tired, so I didn't really get it together. But anyway, in the colleges already for like maybe the last 20 years,
Yeah.
that actually they are teaching all the different
Communism
things.
and
Yeah.
socialist bullshit.
Well, she's the one that wrote something about for the schools that they're using that. That's why there isn't freedom of speech. That if the
There isn't.
Yeah, So I wonder, will that ever get changed?
Yeah. Well, Trump,
If Trump gets
he
in,
signed. Well, he already signed some law that any public institution that receives federal money, if they don't have free speech on their campus, he can pull those grants back. So if there's a campus that's getting federal money that they're hindering or obstructing the opposite view on their campus, then he could take that money back.
did you watch yesterday? I think it was yesterday. No, or it might have been Friday. Yes, yesterday. I don't know if, yeah. Well, that was Friday, so I think it was Friday on Laura Ingram. Do you ever? No, you're in
Yeah.
bed sleeping.
Well, I do. I know who she is. She's all right.
Now I forgot what I was going to tell you about that.
She was talking about
Oh
Trump.
no, yeah. These guys that are the bad ones that Trump
Antifa?
said. That's it. There was a guy that was with Antifa before. Did you see him? He was with Antifa when he seen what all they were doing and what they are being taught. He got out of it, and he was being interviewed by Laura Ingram.
Oh, this okay. I'll
I
have
saw
to.
that.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, but I wonder if that will come back on. That was yesterday.
Yeah, but you can find it on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah, anything you can
And
find
he
anything.
was a
on
nice
the-
looking kid. He was about maybe early 20s.
Okay. Well, at least he
24.
woke up and it's not a zombie no more.
No. So, see, they had on a screen yesterday about 15 people on there that they are going to be trying,
Yeah.
going to court
Okay.
for the stuff that they are doing. The one had like on the fingers tattoos.
Oh, I seen that, and they arrested that lady. The lady or the guy?
That was a guy.
Yeah, he had like tattoos on his
Right,
finger right
yeah.
there, and that's how they tracked him down. The
Yeah.
feds.
Thank God.
Thank
Oh,
God.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yep.
Just like that microwave. And it came so normal. I told Brian, that came so normal, I didn't even think it. I just said, thank you, Jesus. I know you helped me. I talk to him during the day. I do, and I talk
Good.
to him besides
Me
praying.
too. Me too.
So it's pretty funny.
If things happen the way I want, I give thanks right there.
Yeah,
Not necessarily praying. I just say
Yeah.
thanks, Jesus.
yeah, that's what I do.
Me too. He's everywhere. Sees everything. What does that say? Not a single hair fall from your head, or a single blade of grass blows in the wind without him knowing.
I should ask him to save my hair.
It looks so good. It's so luscious and long.
No, I gotta get a cut. They're so
Yeah.
terrible in the back. I cannot get my hands. I'm lucky that I can just.
You want me to brush your hair?
No, nobody will see. Nobody will see me. Well, you see me at the worst.
Well, if these guys start trying to
'Cause
hoot and holler at you,
You never see me looking this bad.
yes, you're my grandma.
That's no excuse. Because you never see me. I always look very neat. I'll tell you,
You're
Dad
so
was
beautiful,
so
Grandma.
proud of me.
I love you.
I love you too. But he was so proud of me because the kids, even when they were little, they were always so well dressed. It looked like you made $1 million. No, it made it look very good for him. And as long as I live, and my house with my kids, when they were little or whenever, I never told any of my children, you can't have any more, you had enough or whatever.
You want a glass of water?
No, I think the cough drop.
I gotta get going,
And
Grandma.
cough drops are all over, any place you look. I don't even have to get up. The bedrooms are all over the place.
What are you doing tomorrow? All by yourself? You want some company tomorrow?
I'm gonna try and maybe get the paperwork because If you look here and you look in the dining room, I mean.
Yeah, I see.
in
You
the
got
great
quite the
room,
office.
And in the laundry room, I'll try and get at the papers. I've got to.
Okay.
But anyway, you know that I'm busy if you send me letters. I think that is really excellent that they did that.
Well, that's great. That means somebody read your letter.
Well, now when you go to your dad's house and you,
I'm gonna say my grandma's famous.
hey, but listen, tell it in front of so she hears. The other grandma.
Okay.
No, I don't want to get you in trouble. No, but you can tell them that I actually get a letter.
Yeah. From the director of the Heritage Foundation.
Mhm.
That's a big accomplishment.
I think I'll get one signed by the president.
I know. I'm gonna start writing the president to try to get you to go to the White House.
No, don't you ever do that.
Why?
I wouldn't go.
What do you mean you wouldn't go? You're telling me you would not go to the White House to meet the president that saved this republic.
No, I wouldn't, not anymore. Number one, if I had to walk up the stairs, I don't have a railing to hang down to, that would kill me. I couldn't walk with heels anymore.
Grandma, you're
No.
thinking about the semantics, the little things. No.
And that
You're
was
meeting the
mine.
president.
I would say, now you have to help me because we got a place to
That's
raise.
right.
No,
He would probably put you up in the presidential suite of the Trump Tower,
I like my house.
filet mignons.
I don't need that much in there. So how many more things you could ask that I could still tell you why not? But if I got tickets from the president to go to the rally if he comes to Michigan,
You'd go?
would you want to go?
Absolutely, I would go with you, Grandma.
Well, Dwayne and Dawn, they said they would take me. But would you be interested in seeing him in person?
Absolutely.
Would you want to take your wife, so I know how many tickets that I would ask for?
However many tickets I
No,
get.
I don't want to be crazy.